Audio Jungle.
It's another edition of Biased in the Southeast Stains on Flip TV. Still Michael Capillary right here with you at the newsstand. Quickly to what we have on the last Monday of this year 2020. The New Telegraph joining us today on Biased in the Southeast Stains. PDP, APC at Loggerheads over State of the Nation. PDP, APC at Loggerheads over State of the Nation. Opposition, Nigeria failing on autopilot with Buhari. Nigeria failing on autopilot with the President Muhammadu Buhari. We have governing party saying something very, very crucial here. We are nowhere near a failed state. Wow, that's their own opinion. We are nowhere near a failed state. On to the next one on Oshomole plotting to overturn Obaseki's victory. That's what the government is saying here. How Bajowa saved my life from Dimka in 1976, said the ex-president of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. It's a very, very good one. You need to read it. It's right on the front page of the journal. You can find it at page 8 of the Nigerian New Telegraph newspaper. Quickly to other stories on the front page of this journal. We have LCCI. Nigeria's economy faces bleak output in 2021. Ingis recovery on oil price production. Down the paper, which is the last story we'll be reading out to you viewers. Federal government will sanction airlines over passengers COVID-19 defaults. Okay, these are the stories we have on the front page of the New Telegraph. Of course, we have our reviewers set to express the views, set to give good analysis on this story, talking about PDP APC at Loggerheads over State of the Nation, precisely the State of the Nation retrospect in 2020. Let's quickly join them for more talks. I'll be right back.
My name is Joseph. I work with Evertop Properties Limited, a real estate development and marketing company. And in year 2020, which is the end of the year, we are running a promo. We call it end of the year promo, New Year and Christmas promo, where we are giving out a special discount for a special people, when we are giving a special gift for a special client. Now, Evertop Properties Limited, we are saying that you can pay 25,000 naira initial deposit and journey to a new year, new home just began. At Evertop Properties Limited, we don't just sell property, we sell peace of mind. Evertop, creating value. Use promo code FLIPTV and enjoy special gift and special discount for Xmas promo with Evertop Properties Limited. Thank you.
How are you doing, Mr. Matthew?
I'm fine. By the grace of the living God.
By the grace of the living God.
Yes.
I thank God we celebrated the Christmas.
We give God the glory.
We celebrated the Christmas Eve.
We give
The Boxing Day.
to God be the glory.
Sunday.
To God be the glory.
And on Monday we are here.
It's the grace of the living God.
Alright, still Vice Standards at Newstands, and I have Mr. Matthew right at the newsstand. Mr. Matthew, of course, we faced a lot this year. Talking about the pandemic, from pandemic to NSAS protests, not only NSAS protests, we have diverse protests that took place this year. But quickly to what we have here, PDP, APC at Loggerheads over State of the Nation. Most Nigerians believe that Nigeria is not at peace and the country is not where it should be at this point in time. Now, don't you think we need to just leave the party aside, PDP, APC, and focus on achieving one goal?
Mr. Mike, you see the way it is. We cannot continue living in denial. To be quite honest with you, there are so many challenges confronting this nation. And the most worrisome one is this insecurity. Because a situation where the security of life and property is not guaranteed, virtually every other strata of the economy will be affected. Because you cannot be doing proper farming in those areas where you have arable land, where in a situation of insecurity. So it is until you address insecurity before every other thing in the economy will fall in shape. And again, the government should rise to its responsibility and make sure lives and property in Nigeria is adequately protected, because it is a responsibility that the government owes our citizens. It doesn't matter how they feel. It doesn't matter how, if you see people criticizing your government because of insecurity, do not see them as people who hate your government. Do not see them as opposition. See them as patriotic citizens who are not happy with the trend of things. Because I cannot be happy in a situation where I see life being wasted. And I know that if there is good planning of the security arrangement, the life wasted can be minimized, or it can be resolved. So a situation where it's happening unabated, and we see even governors lamenting because the security and where we try to handle it is not under their purview. Mr. President should know that he have a responsibility to give us this as a new gift by making sure that coming as we are advancing into next year, we have good security of life and property. Then again, if you look at what we are seeing, like what you said the other time, that the Nigerian border with Niger Republic, it can only be policed by God. And I want to plead with Mr. President at this point that it is not until you allow these service chiefs to continue stay in office that to satisfy whether they are primordial motives, we are not getting anywhere with these so-called service chiefs. And I do, for what I'm seeing and what I can sense, is like Mr. President rely only on these security agencies for briefing to get feedback of what is happening on the field, or in the field rather. I think Mr. President should have an independent way of getting feelers on the field, because a situation where a governor of a state have chronicled what transpired from 2014 to date along Damaturu Road between Ono and Jakana, and he has said that about 370 persons have been killed within this period. About 100 vehicles worth billions of naira have been burnt, and this is a distance of just between 20 and 40 kilometers from Maiduguri. It tells you the nature of insecurity in that environment. So what we are saying is that Mr. President should do us a favor by one, ridiculing the security architecture. Secondly, firing the service chiefs. Thirdly, you should look into getting experts in form of machineries to prosecute this war against insurgency, banditry, cattle rustling, so that we can have a heap of relief.
Now, Matthew, would you call Nigeria a failed? But when you look at it, there have been diverse complaints about this administration. Now, would you say this administration has failed? Be honest with yourself.
I will not say Nigeria is a failed state, but I will say this government has failed in the area of security. Why I'm saying it is because for you to say a country is a failed state, it means there's complete anarchy. Okay. It means all the concerned authorities is not functioning.
But are they functioning?
To a great extent. If you look at Lagos the way it is, you cannot say there is no insecurity. You cannot say there's insecurity in Lagos.
Okay.
If you look at the major areas we are seeing serious level of insecurity is in between states. For instance, if you are traveling from Lagos to Ibadan, to Edo, to Delta, to Enugu, to Bayelsa, to Cross River, in between states is where we are having the major insecurity. I think that is the area the government need to focus more on. I cannot say that the government has failed or Nigeria is a failed state, but on the area of insecurity, the government has failed woefully.
Now, would you say the government of Lagos State is more proactive in terms of securing the lives of the citizens, or what?
I will not isolate Lagos State to give them credit, because from what I can see, it's a synergy. Even the security of the state is not within the power of the state governor.
Okay.
Because by nature of the security arrangement in Nigeria, the governor do not even command the commissioner of police in the state. They pay allegiance to the IG in Abuja. And the president, by nature of the constitution, is the commander of the armed forces. I could remember back then, Jonah Jang, as a governor of Plateau State, said even as a governor, he do not command the fly. So the nature of our constitution do not accord the governor any authority over any of the security heads. they only take orders from Abuja. But what I'm saying is, the area the state government comes in is by way of providing logistics, financial support, buying healer vehicles and other security gadgets. By the time you bring in all these things, it will enhance their efficiency and proficiency. But looking at whether they have the authority to command and control the security system, they do not have it. So whatever society will see is a synergy between the federal and state government. But having said that, the federal government have failed woefully on security. Because as long as we continue seeing wastage of life, we will continue speaking against it until the government rise to its responsibility and ensure that life and property is being protected. Otherwise, we continue saying that they are failed. So they should do the needful and protect us.
See, talking holistically, like you mentioned, everything is connected. Society itself is intertwined. So we can't be talking about security without talking about economy, without talking about development. Everything goes together. Are you with me? So if we keep on talking about security, it's just like treating symptoms. You understand? Whereas the underlying causes of insecurity, we have not dealt with them. What am I talking about? Economy is connected to security, is connected to development. We cannot take one away from the other. When there's lack of economic development, there will be youth restlessness. That's when we see people going into crime. That's when we see people trying to make ends meet, in ways that are not legal.
Illegal.
Yes. So, what I want to see our leaders do, what I want to see our government do, is to attack, our problems holistically, like I mentioned. Now, we have to be talking about our economy. You understand? What are the various aspects of the economy that we need to really develop, so that the majority of our youths, will be legally engaged. You understand? They'll be able to take care of their families. Right now, we should be talking about things like electricity, our power supply. Now, it will surprise you how many skilled people, young men, are there on the streets just because, their skills is not being supported because of the epileptic power supply. You understand? They cannot. Some people are finding it difficult to make ends meet now or to do their business simply because the cost of doing those business is too high, especially because of the epileptic power supply. So all these things can make people, once people are jobless because of some of these issues, then what do you expect? So we can't keep on talking about insecurity alone without looking at other aspects of the society, the economy, infrastructural development. Look at our roads. If our roads are good, if our infrastructures are good, armed robbers will find it difficult, to carry out crimes on some of those roads. Potholes on the roads are avenues, for criminals to perpetrate their mayhem against motorists. So we have to look at the society as a whole. We have to look at our infrastructure. We need to look at our economy, our agriculture, other various sectors of the economy. No, so if all we are looking at is insecurity, then that means we are not looking at the roots of our problems. So going forward or going to 2021, I want our government, to really take a holistic approach at the problems of our society. Economy, development, infrastructure, employment, and then before you know it, insecurity will become a thing of the past.
Now, quickly to the front page of this paper, PDP APC at Loggerheads over state of the nation. Now, should we continue to experience this, to see this in our democratic settings? Of course, we are entering 2021. Do you expect this to happen again?
What I would like to see going forward in 2021 is a kind of synergy. See, Nigeria belongs to every one of us. This morning I was discussing with a friend there. He said, in as much we can complain about our government from now to tomorrow, But the fact remains that somebody is not coming from elsewhere to come and rule Nigeria for us. It's a Nigerian that will rule Nigeria. All right, so we are the government, and the way I see it is that we need to cooperate with our government, whether we like it or not. They may not be doing exactly or 100% of what we want. They may not be giving us the best. We must understand that they also are human. Sometimes people are doing their best depending on circumstances and situations they find themselves. So what I want to see going forward is a kind of synergy, cooperation from both the populace and those in power. Let's work together. Now, we must reduce our partisanship. If
But it seems it's affecting us.
really, really, because when you see sometimes the way PDP or some parties
Trade words.
it doesn't really augur well for development. Wow. We should be talking about, holding Nigeria, holding our economy,
One entity.
as a family, as one entity. Whatever ideas PDP have, let them support the government. Let them check with the government.
Yeah.
You understand?
That with government in power.
With government in power, because governance is a continuum. Government is a continuum, and we are the one that voted this government into power. What is government? We are the government. We only selected some people to manage our resources for us. So the resources belong to us. The nation belongs to us. Nigeria belongs to us. As a country, it doesn't belong to a particular party. For example, look at the BRT buses here. I've never seen where they say, okay, you only bought this BRT bus if you are an APC member, or if you are a PDP member, you are not going to. But
You are entitled to this.
So we need a kind of
that orientation.
Inclusive mindset.
Wow.
You understand? All these divisive tendencies, we need to, take them out of our mind. So we want to encourage our party leaders that let's work together. I know we will not always agree. There'll be points where we disagree. Even at home, we disagree, but we disagree to agree, and we can agree to disagree, all for the purpose of progress and development. So let them work together with this current government so that Nigeria can forge ahead.
All right, thank you so much,
Thank you so
Mr.
much.
Manuel. I really
Yeah.
appreciate you.
God represents your faces of life. I think at this point, what is paramount now to every Nigerian, to me, to every Nigerian, the middle class,
Upper class and everywhere.
the top class, and even to the lowest man on the street is what security, because security on its own has been a very big impediment to our society. It's a big impediment to our society whereby you cannot drive a driven. Sorry, you cannot have in a society of your dream without security. If there is insecurity, there is so much work to be done. Investors cannot come in if there is insecurity. People cannot sleep with their two eyes closed if there is insecurity. People cannot walk on the street if there is insecurity. I will tell you my experience on Saturday. I went to a function at Ikorodu, a burial. We were being attacked at gunpoint at Ikorodu, at this Ketu on Saturday by 6 p.m. We were being attacked. Hoodlums attacked us at this Ikorodu here. My phone, as a sharp boy, my phone was not snatched. I had to put my phone under my private part. But see, the women that went with me, they gave out their phone due to fear. But me, I felt if I should give out my phone now, how do I protect on that phone? I was like, okay, even if you want to kill me here. They were like, your phone. When those women were giving out their phone, me as a sharp boy, I was like, go say call for me, go say call. That was I had to put it under my private part because I know those women had money. Because if I should give out my phone, I cannot afford another one. A friend of mine was sharing with me yesterday. He said he was coming from Abuja down to Lagos after the Xmas. He went there. He went to the University of Abuja because he's a microbiologist. He went to fix some medical labs. He said on the way coming, he had boarded flights. Along the line, it was 20 minutes. He got a call that that the air what's it called space has been down so severe that he could not go by flight again, so that he had to what improvise and then go by road. He said for 2 hours, for 3 good hours, robbers were on the road for Lokoja Abuja expressway. For good 3 hours they were robbing, for good 3 hours. If not for the fact that his driver was so experienced that had to maneuver through the bush path. That was how we got here. He said persons lost money, and then some persons even lost their life for good 3 hours. So sir, you can see why the government need to come in. If it's for them to make more provisions just to make sure every life is secure, that is the primary function of government. With that one again, you cannot have a good economy. With insecurity, you cannot have a buoyant society, because economy is the main aspect of life. If you are not secure, you cannot go to work. That is the major function. If you are not secured, if you cannot sleep with your 2 eyes closed in your eyes, tell me what is the next stage of his life? That is the insecurity. Is the number one thing government is the major priority government should tackle, because if our environment is secure, development will come in, because investors will come. Okay, now Nigeria is secure. Now that Nigeria is the 3rd most terrorized nation in the whole wide world. Investors listen to experts. They will not come and invest their money. So that is one of the major impediments rocking this government. So let them go back to the drawing board and find and then prefer
A lasting solution to it, right?
a lasting solution. Even if for you to sack the service chiefs, you cannot retain failures. He has retained them. People, prominent Nigerians have been contributing their own visa. Why don't you try new ones? Why don't you reject them and then bring in fresh people
Ideas
that would contribute fresh ideas? But still, I don't know. I think these service chiefs have sworn an oath to them. I think the president thinks if he should reject them, they will be cool. Maybe he might be overthrown, and these persons have then sworn alliance to him. That is what I think.
Alright, thank you so much, David. We really appreciate you.
Why I say we still need to thank God is, once you are alive, once there's life, there's hope. And a lot of people have gone with this security issues we're talking of, and even the negligence of the government about the coronavirus too. There's a disconnect actually. A lot of people have gone through this corona. I just lost somebody like 3 days ago. Wow. We always hang out together there, but
To COVID-19?
to COVID. So for you being alive and with all these messed up things we're witnessing in the governance, one has to be grateful to God for the life, because I just believe I have no government, but God is my own government. I've been relying on God for everything I'm doing now since I've been born, because I've never benefited anything from the government. I have to say that openly, and I have no apology to say that. That's
Okay,
I think the problem we're having now is the two parties in system that they brought into the system to govern us. They are all failure. The two parties are failure. I have to be very frank. The PDP, the APC, I see no difference in them. The PDP there, they had a good start. I think when the former head of state, the president, the former general that turned to Obasanjo, they had a good start. But along the way, they missed the road, and they messed up, brought us to where we are today. Truth has to be told. All these politicians, they are just there for their pocket. Looting spree. It's quite unsensible. Gather all of them and ask them, how did they make their money? What was in their bank account before they get into power? This is a question we need to be asking. We've never had a good governance in this country, because with the people, the driver of the good governance is not there among the two parties. I'll say it, and they are still turning everything to politics now. Even security, they are still turning into politics now. And what I just say is, once the government comes in and the opposition government is no more in power, they lose power, they will be looking at the downfall of the present government, which is at the detriment of the masses, you know. And I don't know. What we just need to do is let's flush these two parties out. We don't even need them again. Because when they, in my language, they say, oh, that's if one can't help me, leave me the way I am. Don't add up to my problem, you know. So I'm tired of these politicians in this country, and I'm tired of the bad governance. So anything APC, PDP, I should just put it into trash.
You don't want to hear?
Yeah, just dump them in the trash bin. You know, and I'm saying it from my heart. These two parties have failed Nigerians. APC or PDP. I mean, they should just pack aside. We're tired of all these jargons we've been witnessing in this country.
To quickly, put this person in front of the camera, talking about Festus Oluwabukumi. That's the person I'm always mentioning. That's right after the program. During my outro, I'm always talking about the person behind the camera, Festus Oluwabukumi, and I'm honored to bring Festus right before you viewers on Bystanders at Newsstands on the 28th of December. Festus Oluwabukumi, come on board. Let the viewers see you today. Festus, that's the man. This is the man behind the camera.
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
How you doing?
I'm very good. All right. Quickly, let me first start by saying I want to appreciate the CEO of this program,
okay,
for like making the world to be able to listen to the grassroots, like connecting, serving as a bridge between the government and the grassroots and the people abroad. That they don't know they don't know what is happening in Nigeria. So this is like an avenue for them to connect to the source, right? So I really appreciate him solely for that, and or solely for that, right? You understand what I'm talking about now?
Any which way.
So, and my second appreciation goes to our viewers abroad. You guys are the real MVP. I really appreciate you guys, because without you, there's no Flip TV. I think, because you are the people that has been giving us the motivation to continue. You give us this orientation that what we are doing has meaning. It is meaningful, it is impactful, right? So I really I'm saying a great appreciation to you guys. Thank you very much for the support, and thanks for everything.
Thanks for everything. I'm talking about Festus, the man always behind the camera. That's the great man that is always doing this.
And I won't go without saying compliment of the season to all our viewers. Compliment is very necessary. Compliment of the season. We hope that you enjoy the best of this festive period. Even in Nigeria, we are not allowed to celebrate the Christmas very well.
Honestly,
very well.
It was on low key. We were celebrating on low key.
Yeah, that's it. But then we thank God for life. Thank God for life, and thank God for everybody that's remembered us so far on this platform. We really appreciate it. Thanks a million.
All right, we really appreciate you viewers for joining us on today's edition of Bystanders at Newsstands. Of course, it's the last Monday of the month. Talking about the last Monday of the year 2020, and we are taking penetrate right here at the newsstand. Of course, the man behind the camera first was at spoken. He has really appreciated you viewers for your support all through the months, and the reviewers also have spoken. They've really applauded your efforts. We really appreciate you. The CEO of Flip TV, Abiodun Kupoluyi, has sent his own goodwill messages to you people. He said I should greet you and thank you for your support all through this year. We really thank you. Michael Adekunle is saying goodbye to you, but before I go, you can join us on our social media handles displayed right on your screen. You can also join me on Facebook, Michael Temitayo Adekunle, Michael Michael Temitayo Adekunle. Have a good day and a wonderful new year. Bye everyone.